Good morning. It's good morning as far as temperature this morning. Still kind of cool. Um, anyway, so I'm gonna kind of do different things. Well, it's not different. I've talked about other people before. The reason why it's different is somebody actually asked me to do a video about them, and they were probably half joking, but not completely joking. So anyway, I'm going to talk this morning about my friend Bill Cherry. I've known Bill Cherry for about 17 years now. Bill is a bigger than life character type of person. It don't matter if it's only you and him in a room, or you, him, and 1,000 people in the room. You're gonna know Bill Cherry's in that room. He has a natural energy and exuberance and personality that can fill up Busch Stadium, and I ain't bullshitting on that. He has a wild sense of style. He's got these black mutton chops. I'll get to the reason why that for a little bit, but he always is wearing like trench coats, and right now he's wearing like this steampunk hat with all these, I don't know, he kind of dresses like an 80s pop or hairband star kind of. But it's his own style and it works for him, and you're gonna notice that about him. He's got this smile with a mouth full of white teeth, whiter than friggin' snow and sunlight, and he's usually carrying that. He's always smiling, and he's loud, and like I said, he just fills up a room. Okay, so why he inspires me, or his story inspires me, is when I met him 17 years ago, he was a welder at Grant City Steel. Made decent money. Like I said, Bill's a character, and he likes the pop culture stuff, toys, the stuff that I deal in, and he likes the things that I carry. So he became a client of mine. Bill's not always the best money, especially then, and he'd spend too much on his toys and his lifestyle and everything, and he would have to sell his toys back to me. I can't tell you how many times that man has bought and sold Lost in Space robots and Batman stuff and G.I. Joe and all that. There used to be a guy that he was friends with too that collected the same things. And there would be times literally that Bill would sell it to me, and then I would turn around and flip it to the other guy in less than 3 or 4 hours, and vice versa. But anyway, I digress. So Bill was a welder at Grant City Steel, and he all of a sudden came over, called me one day. He would call me every now and then, and he'd just say, "I've got some stuff," you know. So I'd show up with a wad full of cash, and I'd start buying some stuff. So one day he called me and said, "Got some stuff." I get over there, and he's got quite a bit of stuff. And I dropped a heavy penny with him. And then he started telling me, "Yeah, I need some more money. I'm getting ready to go to Memphis." I said, "What are you going to Memphis for?" He goes, "Oh," kind of, with that grin on his face. And he goes, "I'm entering the Elvis impersonator contest down there." Can't remember the name of it, but it's the #1 Elvis impersonator thing in the country. Legends, I think, puts it on. And I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." So I started talking to him about it, and he could tell that I wasn't going to make fun of him or whatever for it. Took it seriously. So he comes out of his bedroom, and he's got this cape. And it's a cape that was identical to one of Elvis's. The damn thing had to weigh 25 pounds with all the rhinestones and sequins and material and everything, and it was very well done. I mean, it looked identical to the one that Elvis had. And he was telling me, he goes, yeah, I'm gonna take that, and when I hit this certain part of the song, I'm gonna spin this direction, and I'll throw it out into the stand to the audience. I said, Bill, how much did that cost? He said, like $500. I'm like, and you're gonna throw that out in the audience and let somebody keep it? He goes, yeah, that's what Elvis did. I'm like, Bill, you're a welder. You're always going, you always need some extra money. What do you? That's what Elvis did. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm like, okay. So he went his first time, and he finished top 10, I think. Can't remember the number, but he did well. It might even be top 5. But he said that there's some politics involved in it, or I don't know if this will get him in trouble or not with Legends, but that basically you had to show up a few times and then eventually they'd let you win. You had to like show them that you could do it. And it was the real deal. I mean, Priscilla Presley was one of the judges, everything. So next thing I know, he's starting to do gigs as Elvis. He'd hustle him up. He'd play at the fairgrounds. In Belleville. He'd play in Collinsville. He'd play, regionally, and he'd weld during the day. Well, next year comes by, or next Legends things comes by, he does it again. He wins it. He wins a contract with Legends. They go around the country doing these shows. He wins like $35,000, and it makes him more legitimate. So he quits his job, Grand City Steel. Now I might get some of the facts wrong or the timeline wrong, but this is how I remember it anyway. So if I screw it up a little bit, Bill, I apologize. But this is how I remember it. So now this is typical Bill Cherry. He wins the contest. He's got 35 grand and check. The first thing he doesn't call his lover, doesn't none of that. He gets on the phone with someone and tries to buy a life-size B9 robot from Lost in Space for over $10,000. That's my friend Bill Cherry. Okay, so Bill wins. He quits his job at Grand City Steel. He's gonna be Elvis full time. And I'm like, Bill, you're crazy, man. You got a job, and this is what I'm thinking. I wouldn't tell him this, but this is what I'm thinking. He's got a good job. He's got the kind of job men retire from. Put their kids through college. It's a good job. He's got enough, he doesn't get laid off all the time. But this is what he wants to be. He wants to do this. I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, Bill, you're crazy. Who the hell wants to see Elvis? He's been dead 40 years, or whatever, however long, and, what are you thinking? But he goes out with Legends, he goes out in the zone, starts playing bigger parts of the country. Still in the Midwest and the South, but he's doing more and more. He'd show up, call me up, got some stuff. I go over there, and go, where are you going now? Oh, I'm going to Corpus Christi. I'm going to here. I'm going to Oklahoma, blah, blah, blah. Still think he's crazy. Still buying stuff, still selling, still having too much money, losing it all, starting all over again. Always with that smile on his face. Always moving forward to the next thing. Well, a couple years ago, Bill started asking me, "Do you ever think about opening a store?" And yeah, I think about it, but the overhead's tough, blah, blah, blah. What would you do? Well, I do this, I do that, and they go, okay. So he keeps being Elvis. Keeps moving forward to being Elvis. Next thing I know, he's playing Las Vegas, and in one of the shitty casinos, but he's playing Las Vegas, and he's there for a while. Next thing I know, he's on a cruise, playing on a ship for 30 days. Next thing I know, he's going to Alaska. Next thing I know, he's going to Australia, Qatar, all around the world. He's seen more and done more in his life already than I could ever hope to imagine. So, anyway, so Bill's become a full-time Elvis. He be gone. I don't know where he gets the energy from, because, and he's always hustling, always looking for the next toy, always looking for the next cool thing. I don't know how many cars he's owned since I seen him, and he'd have something really cool, drive it for a little while, get another one. Usually vintage, a vintage car, but he's always got something cool. It's just, Bill's cool. Bill's, he just exudes it. So anyway, okay, he's becoming full-time Elvis. The man gets himself on the Today Show, meets one of George Bush's daughters. I can't remember which one, the kind of chubby one. He's going all around the world. He opened and had a residency with Donnie and Marie and Olivia Newton-John. He's done the things, and he didn't listen to anybody else. He did what he wanted to, and he became Elvis. He became Elvis impersonator, one of the best in the country. I've seen him. He's amazing. He studies pictures. He studies everything to make sure that his costumes are right, his hair is right. Even the banners and stuff, or even though they'll say like Bill Cherry, they look identical to the ones that like Elvis used in Vegas. He'll go without food to make sure he's got the right costume, the right look, the right everything. And it's got to be 100% right, or it ain't good enough. Okay, so Bill keeps, moving forward. He's making money, making more and more money every year. And then I'm on Facebook, and I hear about this toy store, record toy store / record vintage toy store, called Monster Vinyl. I'm looking, I go, man, that's really cool. That's in Collinsville. Oh, man. Bill will be in there selling his stuff to those guys right away. He's got monster stuff, and he likes music, and man. Anyway, it looks like a cool store. So, driving, we get another thing about the grand opening or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's a special, he's featured in the newspaper. It's fucking Bill Cherry's store. Now, I was mad at him. I was mad. I'm like, why the hell didn't he tell me that he's opening a store? But he opened the store. I'm inspired by the dream catchers, the people who put their nuts on the line and chase it down and go after it. I've been a dream catcher. I went from roofing and body work, working at Taco Bell, working at all kinds of restaurants and stuff, to part of a nationally syndicated radio show. I've done stand-up comedy and opened for one of my favorite comics ever, and made thousands of people laugh, and got off stage, and the guy told me it was funny and wanted to have a beer with me, and explained to him I didn't drink, but I knew he was genuine, and he was excited for me, and I was excited. I've done other things. I hope I'm not done. And the thing that keeps me moving forward are people like Bill Cherry. Bill didn't listen to anybody. He went after it, and he got it done. And he does it every day in small ways. Those cars. He wants to drive something cool. He goes and finds something cool. His clothes. Most people wouldn't dress like Bill. They don't dress like Bill. But it works for him. You know, he's the man. I got nothing but love in my heart, and God damn it, and respect for Bill Cherry, because he makes it happen. I think he's crazy opening this store. I'll be honest. I think in this market, well, the economy's strong, so maybe that's a good thing. But I think that I don't have the balls. I'm not putting my nuts on the line. I could, and a lot of people think I should, but I'm not doing it. I don't have the courage. I'm a coward. Bill's not. And maybe it won't work out for him. But he did it. He did it. He's already been profiled on local news, and he's had people from all over the country be interested in the store. You got to go check out his store. It's Monster Vinyl on East Main in Collinsville. Really cool. Even if you're not into the toys or music, but it's just cool, man. There's just cool shit in there, and it isn't just it. It's the way him and his buddy Scott Wallace, both of them are really talented artists. It's the way they put the store together. It isn't just thrown in there. I've been in other people's stores, love them, they're great guys. They don't have the sense of style that Bill does. You walk in there, it feels cool. I think he should open a lounge or grill or something, man, because it's just a cool hang, man. And you just look around and you go, wow, look at that. Oh, wow, look at that. I had that. That's this. That's, oh, man. I remember that movie. I remember that music. I remember that band. That was my favorite band in high school. You know, he's got Munster stuff. He's got Freddie and Jason. He's got G.I. Joe. He's got cool stuff, man. And that's what my business model's about. You know, I buy cool stuff. I am all about the cool stuff. That's what, when people walk up to my booth, I want them to grab my stuff and say cool, and they do, and I get told all the time how cool my stuff is. Bill's store is filled with it, and Bill's cool. I'll never be as cool as him. I'll never fill up a room like he does. I mean, I fill up a room too sometimes, and like I said, I've done some things. I've been fortunate through Stephen DC. I've stood on stage in front of 18,000 people and had them chant my name. That's cool. Signed 5,000 autographs one night in Alabama at a casino, Mississippi at a casino. That was fun. I mean, I did some shit. But Bill's still doing it, man. And it keeps me thinking, and I'm like, if that crazy little bastard can figure it out, maybe I can too. When I bought the Challenger, I'm driving a cool car. I want to be just like Bill someday. And it's cool. Life feels better when you go after it and you do the cool thing, man. I mean, you know, I drive down the car in that cool ass car. Drive down the road. It just feels cool. And when he gets tired of feeling cool or doesn't think the car, you know, everybody's seeing the car that he's in, switch to the next one because it makes him feel cool. So, anyway, I've talked long enough, I guess, about him. I'm starting to repeat myself. I love Bill Cherry. He's my friend. And I'm proud to know him, and I'm proud to have him in my life as much as he is. I hope you have people in your life, and I'm going to talk about other people that inspire me, but Bill does inspire me 100%. That's 100% legit. So enough about all that. All right, keto day 7, sorry. Day 6 was an adventure. you know, I seem to finish okay. But I started off hungry. I made a mess of eggs and bacon, and thought that would get me over, and I still was hollow. Had some sardines and some pistachios. Still was hollow. Still was running a little low on energy. A friend of mine's wife made us dinner. Had some cauliflower rice. It's rice that's made out of cauliflower. It's actually halfway decent. And some turkey loin. It was great. And that filled me up. I haven't eaten anything since 3 o'clock yesterday. Again, on the keto diet, they said if you don't feel like eating, don't. What ketones are, is it's starting to burn the fat in my body instead of carbohydrates. It uses that instead. So the more longer you can eat, the more fat you'll burn if you're in ketosis. I keep checking my ketones over the test. I'm still in the moderate level. I thought this morning it'd be higher since I haven't eaten in 15 hours. That's how long it takes to go into full-blown ketosis from fasting. But oh well. So fighting the cravings, but I just tell myself, man, and what is it now? 23 days. I can have cookies. I can, have what I want if I want. I might decide to keep moving forward with this and let the pounds keep shedding. But as of right now, that's what I tell myself. It's like, dude, you only committed to 30 days, So if in 30 days I'm still feeling crazy and like I gotta have it, I'm gonna have it. But the goal is to stick with it, and I am. All right. So get up, get out here, get it in. Be like my friend Bill Cherry and catch some dreams today. Gonna start off cool. If you got shit to do around the house, out in the yard, get it done before it gets really hot. Yeah. And like I said, I can figure it out finally. Don't have to be fat. You just got to do the work. So I love you guys. Love you, Bill. And have a great day.